Welcome, everybody.
No,
to Quitting After Dark.
don't interrupt me. I will slap you from here. If you interrupt me, I will slap you from here.
This is episode 13. As the DM is
Actually,
gathering
it's-
his thoughts.
It's episode 12.
Or 12. You never know.
It's 13.
Might have skipped the part where the bard was making his own story. Happens all the time. I'll now be giving the floor to the DM, also known as Asher, who will recount the tales of Quitting After Dark.
Cool. Now I have like 12 minutes I need to cut off the front of this.
All right. So for real, I have to adjust my volume levels.
You're fine.
No, I'm not fine. No. Okay, this is better. All right, so last time, you guys, because still didn't name yourselves really. I mean, not that you needed to, but you haven't. So you're just some guys. Also, do I have an echo of myself?
No.
Not that
I
I,
don't believe so.
I don't have one.
Kind of felt like I was hearing myself. But anyway, you guys were delving into Pyrin of Yorn's mind, and he showed you, after a bunch of talking and rambling and trying to work with the two halves of his mind, he showed you a vision. He shared with you a vision that he's been having, similar to the ones you've had when you were branded by this Herald of the Moon, except his was from the perspective of someone who lived during the moonfall. So you went through that. You saw the last moment for civilization as it was back then, at least at this place, this place in this moment in time, and I don't want to say too much here because I'm not sure what you gathered and what you haven't. But you saw that the moon was in fact a device created by these people back then, and they tried using people, the blood of people and other organic creatures, to power this ship, essentially, and trying to send the moon into orbit so as to protect themselves from the yellow crawl that was invading the land around them. The endeavor failed as the moon was brought down by the crawl, and the moon was obliterated in so many relatively smaller pieces that just were spread across the land. And as it fell, something happened which drove the crawl further, or rather back into the depths of the earth. Following that, you woke up a few weeks after you had the vision, not in Brom's cabin as where you started this whole trip, but you woke up in a windowless room, and as far as you understand, in the city of Spires, on the territory of New Aethern. You were greeted by Brom and two of his companions, which seemed to, according to themselves, be members of a hidden society, the Sin Bearers. but also admitted that they had certain different beliefs, and they were sort of a splinter branch of the main movement. But it seems that they believe that sending the moon back up into orbit is their best chance of, well, winning, if you can call it that, against the spread of the Krell, and they've been monitoring that quite closely. So you've met Barak, a bit young and rather laughing disposition, and Vrad, a blonde woman, sort of a no-nonsense attitude, who promised, or rather, at least, told you she would try to gain as much information as she could based on the information you gave her of the vision you had from Pyron's head. So, you've had, at least Cyrus had, a bit of an argument with Brom. Brom went away on a walk, as he said, and you were directed to the Jomonti family, who lives in Spires, and according to Brom, took over his old family home, where a few years ago he stashed the painting that was the property of Amelia's tribe. As such, you're looking for it, and Barak is currently putting you through the streets of Spires and directing you towards their home. So, going down the streets of Spires at this very moment, you smell mostly of dampness. These are wide caverns, and it seems there is some effort being made to keep the smell rather pure. The air seems clean, relatively. Sometimes, as you pass by some building or other, you smell the some smell of food wafting from the inside, but nothing else really comes to your nostrils. Bunch of lantern posts of unflickering light line up the streets, giving off a much needed source of light for a people that's generally devoid of any sort of dark vision or night vision. The architecture here is interesting. It's mostly large buildings, towering buildings of work stone, intricately carved as if from the inside in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You have this building here that's the whole front of it looks like waves, while others have very intricate statues etched into them of some kind of representation of animals of really all kinds. You assume they're animals, but some of them you've never seen. And there is a lot of people on these streets overall. It is just quite crowded everywhere you go. You pass by, and everyone's busy. There's not that much just people idling here and there. It's mostly people on the go, going from A to B, and not necessarily stopping unless they have a purpose in the shop or talking to somebody, doing something, carrying something else somewhere else. So people don't really stop to look at what you're doing. You get this feeling that you're perhaps a little cog in the machine as long as you're going to be here. Right. So as you go by, Barak is sort of leading the way right now. But you're walking along with him. Sort of turns to you. Right, all right. So if you have any questions on all this, feel free to ask. I mean, I don't know if you're going to stay for very long, but it's always useful to get up to date with the laws and laws of the land and stuff. So, well, shoot, I suppose if you have any. Otherwise, just follow me and try and not look at anyone for too long. You don't want to antagonize anybody.
So these people that we're going to see, are they going to ask for some kind of monetary value for information?
I don't bloody know. How would I know that? I don't know them. I mean, I suppose they'll want something because you don't get something from nothing, do you?
Right. And we can assume that this lord is quite rich, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, is he well known in the city?
Well, sure. I mean, the families, they used to be well known. I mean, I guess they're still well known, but like, they're not that trusted anymore. Does that make sense?
What they used to do.
Oh, they had a bunch of alchemy shops or something like that. They also ran their own security. Never really, I mean, they had a lot of, connections to other businesses, really. Gave a bunch of products that no one else could make a lot of the time. But yeah, I don't know. They had a debt problem or something. I'm not quite sure. And nowadays, well, no one really trusts them to run security, and no one really trusts them to take care of their end of the business, really. So they're kind of in a pickle.
Right. So if
But
they have a lot of debt,
I don't know.
Yeah, if they have a lot of debt, they're gonna want some sort of money out of the exchange, I'd imagine. For
Look, I honestly, it's possible, but I mean, they're relatively minor family. To be fair, they only came here a few years ago. I mean, they're not newsworthy, is what I'm saying. I'm sure they'll want something. As to what, I don't know. Never had to deal with them personally. The only reason I know of them is because Brom looked into them since they sort of got into his old home without really any sort of permission. I mean, it was abandoned, so I guess that's fair.
they have any notable enemies around town?
I mean, whoever they owed money to, I suppose. I guess Tredefor's probably got some eyes looking at them. Oh yeah, Tredefor, you don't know that, right? So here's the deal. Did I tell you the king died a few weeks ago? I told you that, right?
Yes.
Well, so he died, and well, some people were really happy, and some not so much. And around here, we used to have a console running, right? Pretty basic setup, right? Problem is when the king died, and most of his console as well, back in New Aether, what inspires the appointed regent, I suppose. Well, they were all tried for treason by these people, the Hand of Tredefor. Look, it's complicated, but they're just a bunch of mercenaries, as I see it. But they have a lot of sway with the king and the lady. Well, now they sort of run things around here because they, there's a lot of them, and they basically took power by force. So, might rules. So yeah, you don't want to anger them. And I'm not sure why exactly, but the Dramontes did something to piss him off somehow. And that's not a really good idea. So, and the Hand of Dreadful, if you and he points to like a patrol of just three men and women, clad in red and black. There's no like symbol that you can see on there, and mostly their garb is sort of like patchwork, but there's sort of this uniform pattern of colors on all of three that just gives you the idea of like a common thread. So you just wave at them through the crowd and just goes, so yeah, that's those are them. Try and not get in their way if you can avoid it. Especially you, Mr. Vi. I would avoid that.
I have a question, not really referring to them anyway. Last I was in New Aethern, I was told not to use magic. Same rules apply here in the Spires?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
to
If for a different reason, so the Lucky Mages usually, if they see you casting magic and you're not affiliated with them, they'll whack you, and then they'll turn you, right? The Dreadful guys, they'll just whack you, and then you'll never wake up.
Turn you into what? Turn you into what?
Turn you into nothing. You'll be dead.
Oh.
They'll
Okay.
hang you. Oh, I don't know. Cut your tongue and cut your hands off. Something like that.
Lovely.
Yeah. I know. So anyways, that's them. Oh hey, look, here we are. And you arrive at the end of the street, and as you do, you realize that you've been standing on a plateau. Everywhere you've been has been pretty flat. And you get to this basically large balcony, and you see spires in the distance that are, well, huge essentially. And all the spires have sort of like, they go like this, and then each spire has like plateaus on them at different elevations. And if you just look up, you can see that you have a plateau of a somewhat different size than the one you're standing on, but they are miles wide. And seems that the spire you're standing on the plateau you're standing on, connects to other spires and other plateaus across this region. Which is why the town is called Spires, evidently. Some of the spires are closer to one another than others. Some are connected by bridges, some are connected by nothing. Quite a lot are connected by heavy rope or cable, and sort of big, how you call them, gondolas, I guess, sort of lets you bridge the gap. So Barik just gets there in front of the cliff, as it were, turns to you. So here, spires. So the one you're looking for, and it looks in the distance, and he points to one that is much like all the others. That one. It's pretty far, but well, by gondola, I would say it'll take you an hour or two, if it's not too crowded. But yeah, right now we are on Spires Mkofu, and you're going to spy Cantus, which is where the Jamontis are, I think. Hmm.
Go
What's a
with that.
gondola?
Sorry?
What's a gondola?
Are you asking me or asking him?
I'm asking him.
Oh, right. Well, it's that thing, and he points to a gondola. It is just a big, it's a big thing that you get up in, and then it moves you where you need to be through the cabling, right?
Is that safe? I mean, there's only one rope, right? Like, I'm seeing this right?
Well,
Cyrus, you see this?
it's fairly secure. I mean, I've heard of almost no one dying by it.
Elrin,
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I mean,
have you
it's the
been in
safe-
one?
Oh,
Who's going first?
Look, it is the safest means of transportation.
I'll give you some peace of mind. Falling won't be an issue, I promise.
I
Well, you can stay on this spy if you want. That's fine.
mean, what happens if it breaks?
I get us out of the
It
situation.
doesn't.
I was never broken before.
Yes, but there are. How do they call them? Fail safes.
it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to pay though. So,
How much?
I don't know. 2-3 silver a ride, I would say. I don't know. The
Right.
prices have increased quite a lot.
Paying to possibly die. All right.
Kind of our bid, isn't it? Paying to possibly die?
I guess.
Look, if you don't want to ride, you can get on the shoe phasal.
No. I have to get. What is a shoe face?
It's looks around. Well, it's a big bird, and it'll get you from here to wherever. But it's more expensive. It's also faster.
A big bird.
Yeah, it's a big. I don't have to explain it more than that. It has wings and can fly. It's really big. Like you could
Does
all
it
fit
look-
on its back easy.
Does it look elegant?
Sure.
How much does that cost?
I mean, it's usually, renting kind of business. So, I don't know, maybe a gold an hour
You use them outside.
outside. I wouldn't go outside.
Can you use them outside?
I don't know, man. I don't go outside. I mean, and they don't send them outside either. Well, I mean, actually, there's a bit of a. So they do this thing, okay? And he points to a spire that's bigger than the other. That looks to be at the center of them all. So if you go up that spire, up and up and up and up, you'll hit the surface. And apparently it's livable to some extent. So they've been having expeditions from there, all kinds of stuff. Started making a city and everything. So, I mean, I guess it's possible. I've never been up there. You gotta, cash up. And I don't have the cash, so. Waste of
Okay.
time.
How's it livable?
I don't know, but people go there and they live up there. So I guess it's livable somehow. I mean, my bet is some kind of, don't know, powered thingy-majig. And, don't know, like Barry Field, or maybe one of the spire spirits is allowing or preventing whatever the fuck else is going on the surface from raising the town down.
Spire spirit.
Oh yeah, I missed that part. So each spire has got those. Well, as they have their own rules pretty much, and each spire has its own. I'm not sure what to call them even now. I mean, I haven't been here for very long, to be fair. Look, I don't know how to explain it. They have these little rock thingies that can melt into the floor, and all of them are sort of connected to the spires they're on. Does that make sense? And they help us, we help them, sort of deal. It's a fair business. Usually they help us mine stuff, because, of course they would. Aside of that, I don't know much about them. Except that, you shouldn't break the law around them either. They sort of don't like that. Yeah. Yeah. What else is there?
Any theaters?
Theaters. I mean, sure. I'm sure you could find somewhere.
Is there any famous one?
I don't know. I don't really go out much.
Figures. Well, guys, anything?
I think I'm good.
You taking this gondola thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it seems a bit safer than being on a bird.
Thank you, Barrick.
Oh, well, I mean, I can come further with you, although I do have my errands to run.
Oh, sure. Take us on the Cadella?
Well, I'm not gonna ride with you and then go back for nothing. Like, you need me to be here, you don't.
I don't think we need.
Alright, then I'll be at the church tonight. Although, can I have a word with you? Looking at you, Calvin.
Sure.
It'll be just a minute. He sort of walks back the way you came, giving you a head nod.
Can I do for you?
Well, I figured I should tell you this, because, privately. So I did a sending to someone you know, apparently, back in your hometown or whatever. She said a bunch of things, bunch of family, etc., etc. One thing I didn't say, because it seemed, well, I don't know, it just seemed weird the way she said it. But she said your father was looking for you. So anyway, I thought you should know. Right, so that's it.
Thanks.
Have a good one. And
Why did it seem weird?
well, she said it like whisperingly compared to the rest. I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just, the tone of her voice kind of shifted. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, she said a lot of things, but it was all mostly, the same. And, I don't know, man. It just seemed off to me. And it just seemed like sensitive information, since it would be your father, right? So I thought you should know, and not everybody else.
Well, if my father really wanted to speak to me, he has ways of getting a hold of me.
Cool.
So-
That's great for you, man.
Let's not be too important, I guess.
Sure. I mean, it's your family, man. I don't know. I'm just the messenger.
No, I appreciate the message.
All right. Well, okay. So you it kind of turns to the rest of you. You two. So you do remember how to come back, right?
Use the Cadella. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we, should we get worried if you don't come back tonight, or are you gonna?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Be very worried, please.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Send the strongest.
Just send Brum.
I don't know. I don't know what he'll do. I mean, I don't know if I'll get a hold of him.
Also, if the Gadola stops working, it's definitely yes.
Okay. Look, just in the gondola, just chill out. Just sit down. Think of happy thoughts. It'll just be a few minutes. And I
Right,
swear
let's go.
they basically never fall down. So
I don't like
Basically,
the, I don't like the basically at all.
let's ride the Gadola.
You guys remember
Come
Fable
on,
3?
guys. Why are you still
you-
standing there?
You see the
Hello?
steam train and then it just instantly falls, like you don't even get to get on?
all right, gives you salute and fucks off in the crowd.
Oh,
much?
Karen, what's up?
How much did you say it was?
3 silver.
Well, he said 2 or 3 silver.
Is it 2 or is it 3?
Well, Barrick
We
told
don't know
you 2
till
or
we get
3.
there.
You don't know.
I guess
So, Kelrin,
this is a
what
question.
did he say?
for- yeah, DM and Kelrin. How well are you hiding this?
Hiding what?
Exactly. How well are you hiding the news about your dad? Should I roll insight, DM?
I mean, I guess I'll let him answer first.
I
Kelren,
haven't hidden anything.
Kelren, what did he
So
say?
you look like you just
Earth
shit
to
your own pants
Kelren.
then.
No?
Oh, there went my die. Oh no.
No, okay. So what is your okay? I guess the question you're trying to ask is,
I mean, I'm not.
what does Karen look like he's feeling right now?
Yeah, his demeanor. What is his demeanor
Absolutely.
like?
He's probably confused. But nothing
Hey,
more.
looks
Like,
confused. All right, then that's your answer, Cyrus. Karen looks confused or
Yeah, but
perplexed.
where's
I
the
guess.
answer to my question?
What is your question?
What did he say, Kelren?
nothing important. He just there's a little bit more to that message that he sent.
Insight
Oh.
check.
Okay.
Me and this garbage die because my good one just went missing.
Fuck your insight checks. You just make. I'm not doing fucking PvP checks. Fuck that. Deal with it on your own. However you want. Either you do or you don't. I mean, you can be like, as a player, I know this, but as a character, you can decide if you would pick up on this. And like, there is no way to be like, oh, by the way, he moved his eyebrow up. I deduced that it was about his father.
I don't think
So-
it'd be about his father, but I think I'd be able to read that a dead man just tried to
Is
speak
it-
to him.
Is it?
Okay.
Is she back?
I think I have a way to get her on this. I guess I'll just.
Well, I just want to have the conversation.
Well, we'll have it in a minute, and then you guys can decide whether you want to do this or not. Since that way we're not doing versus rolls here. I can just roll a general deception check against your passive perceptions.
Oh, that'll be so easy.
Just
I mean,
like look, he looks confused,
Sure.
perplexed, like he's thinking about something. That is what you see. You see a man that is deep in thoughts over something he's learned.
Yeah. So
Essentially.
I just want to say, is it something I can help you with? Because clearly you've been helping me, and you're still helping me right now. So is
not at the moment, but if I
Fine,
need
fine.
help, I'll let
We'll
you know.
drop it.
There's
Okay.
nothing to drop.
did something happen at home?
No, everything's fine as far as I know.
So they found your brothers.
Just the one.
Oh,
I think they're still looking for my brother.
I see.
2 months is a long time to be looking for a kid that age.
Yeah. I don't have hopes of finding him.
Do you think he's going to be okay?
He's either dead or hiding somewhere, or maybe my mom found him. I don't know.
I see. Is he somewhere close to here?
I don't know. Really tell me where anybody was.
Well, I'm sure we'll make it back, and I think you're in good hands. I mean, Cyrus's hands are pretty big, so he can carry you if something happens.
I don't know what I just got volunteered for, but I'm not carrying him.
Why wouldn't you carry him?
Because why would I carry him? He's a grown man. He can handle his own business.
What if he needs your help
Yes, and?
and he can't walk anymore?
He can get a cane. I don't know.
What if he's passed out underwater? Are you not carrying him up?
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't like these what ifs.
Technically, you would sink, wouldn't you, with all that armor? Yeah, I guess you would.
I swim pretty well,
With armor?
occasionally.
I have to see that. Speaking of which, now that we've talked about this theater thing, didn't you guys say you did something special at the theater the other time?
Yes,
What was it?
I acted in the play.
Yeah.
You what?
I thought I told you this before. I was in the play.
Mm-hmm.
But
It didn't go well. Don't worry about it.
You didn't miss much.
I'm associated to you.
Yes, and?
My chances are ruined.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's already over.
When we get back to town, don't tell anybody that but we're the damn Crusaders.
I mean,
already
you're
know.
the one that started that.
I have to start all over. I have to rethink my plan.
Come
I
up
think
with a
we need
new
to go on the
name.
gondola. Let's just get on the machine on death. Get
Fine.
ready for my career. I was meant
I'll
to be
cry
good.
for you another night.
Right. So you arrive near the gondola station. Quite busy, but you have to wait a few minutes before. Before another gondola comes around. A stone-skinned dwarf with blue face paint sees you arrive as he's sort of like propped up behind his counter. You're gonna ride?
Yes.
What?
Yes, of course.
I said you're gonna ride. Looking at you, Amelia.
There was and just so you know, there was an echo there. I heard it when you got a little louder.
Yeah.
Ah, that's strange.
I
Is that-
think so. Does he mean on the machine?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 6 silver, baby. 6 silver ride.
Each or total?
Oh, each, of course.
They make lots of money here.
Seems a bit steep.
Standard fare.
I was told standard fare was 3.
You were told wrong, mister.
Well, Calran, pay the man.
Right. I was waiting for that. I pay him.
So how late do these go? Is it all night? Is it?
Never stops. The train doesn't stop.
What if someone gets
Never,
hurt?
ever.
It's Kevin. I saw the pop on the...
Haha, we found him! Kill him! Get him!
Oh yeah,
Whack him.
there's an echo. Yeah. It's on your
Wait, is it
end.
me?
You're
Yeah.
the one that's echoing. Yeah.
I think your
Oh.
headphones are just slightly too
Your
close to the mic.
yeah. Your
Okay.
headphones.
Your head is too big.
Okay, there we go. This might be
Resonating
better.
off of your forehead.
Yeah, up, dude. Your forehead is just as big. What are you talking about?
I mean, since I'm not bald, it doesn't look it.
Let's
You will be
rebrand
one
it
day.
forehead
You
gaming.
will be one day. Don't worry about it. You'll join me soon.
Will I?
I
Well,
made
soon.
sure of it.
How old are you again? Because my hair is long as fuck.
Yeah, on the backside. The front is thinning. That's how it starts.
Alright. Say
DM,
so.
I do have a question. Referring back to...
I'm closed. Sorry.
That might be fair, honestly. This is an old question. Do I know the city that the twins were in? I mean, I know it in my notes. I gotta find it again.
Kalasmura,
Right, but do I know how close that is to Mansade?
less than a week.
Okay, that's pertinent information. Anyway, back to our gondola ride of death.
So how
Right,
many of
so
these have fallen?
He drafts you three tickets as he looks up at you. Sorry, what?
How many
Fallen?
of those have fallen? Yes.
Oh, within the margin of error. Sometimes happens.
Be fine.
Margin of error?
Get on the train.
Uh-huh.
Why?
0.2%.
I've already paid. Get on the train.
But I have questions.
Come on.
I just shoved.
Okay.
Get on the fucking train.
Okay. Well, luckily you're the last one to get in before the door shuts, and then gondola starts sliding towards Spy Cantus. There's a few people in the gondola, which it's pretty big. Trying to find a measure of distance, but I can't find it. You'll just have to settle with it. It's pretty big, guys. Well decorated. It's, you could even say, richly decorated. And the people around you seem to be either out of towners or some kind of wealthy merchant's retinue. Although no one seemed to be carrying too heavy a load. In fact, if you had, there were tons of signs explaining that there was a weight limit, that you can't, if you weigh too much, you might be denied entry. Tons of safety precautions on everything. But regardless, people don't really pay much attention to you. They either have other business or don't care enough. Although there are some sort of curious look at Calvin, but mostly it's like, they sort of like see him, and while some just take a curious look and that's it, you can clearly see that some, like, now for the rest of the ride have him in at the corner of their vision and never really turn their back on him. Regardless, the ride is smooth, a bit rocky in the middle, but overall, it goes well. And you have through the windows, you have a pretty good view of other spires and other gondolas going at different levels of elevation. There's some higher than you, some lower than you, and at the bottom, you can even see that all the spires are resting on a huge lake. And looking down, you can even see sort of maybe towns or at least dwellings down there, seemingly built on the water itself. Ships, boats coming by, likely fishing or transporting goods. A real busy city, Spires.
How long
So-
is this gondola ride, you would say? Would you say?
You just said
Less
it was
than 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said it was like a couple hours.
No, Barrick told you to get to the Drumonti family home. He estimated probably between 1 to 2 hours.
Oh, gotcha.
The gondola ride is not that long. Not quite sure how it's powered either. It seems there's some kind of power source, but it's not really apparent what it is. Though likely magical in essence, and sort of, mechanical as well. There's clearly some mixture of technology and magic here. So anyway, eventually the gondola stops at the gondola station on the other side, and you come out, leaving a bunch of the rest of the passengers go out, and you have if any of you have taken public transport before, you have people trying to enter before you leave. Makes things a bit difficult, but Cyrus is a big guy. Karen a bit less, but you can still shoulder people.
I'll follow
And
Cyrus.
not get trampled. So as you do, you eventually get onto Spycantus itself. It's much less busy than the spire you were on before, at least at this level. And just at a glance, it seems just poorer. It's not like dirty, or it's not, it's not horrible or anything, but just the way people are garbed seem poorer in general. And it's less cosmopolitan. Here, it's mostly dwarves, with paint on the skin, but mostly sort of grim coloring, like very faded yellow or beige, or nothing flashy, basically. Mostly people, with animals or carrying what looks like farming implements, that kind of thing. You get more looks in general. So, how do you want to go about going where you want to go?
Did he give us a general area of where the house is?
You didn't ask.
I think he did, didn't he? Let's see. He
told you it was
on
on
the
this
edge.
spire.
Yeah, but last episode, I'm pretty sure he said it was somewhere on the edge of the town of wherever this is.
Mm-hmm. He said that.
There's a lot of edges on a big circular spire, though.
Okay, so what was his name again? Lord something, Lord.
He didn't give you a name. It just gave you he gave you the name of the family, which is
Dumont?
Jomonti.
Jamonti.
Jomuntie.
Man,
like Jumanji, but not
on the money. I had it exactly right.
I'm so good at pronunciating.
Is there any like shops or like food carts kind of thing, like street vendors?
Yeah, I mean, right out of the gondola ride, there's like an open market, food market, trying to prey on the people exiting the transport.
I'll just go up to one and ask. I'm looking for the Jamonti home.
Okay, you find this old woman with like probably her husband, judging by the age. She goes, "What? What do you say?"
I'm looking for the Jamontis.
What? Speak louder.
I walk away.
Speak louder.
I'm not yelling at this old woman.
As you go, as you turn back, you can see her say, "What are you saying?" And then her husband is like, "Oh, hey, he's gone. Don't worry about it."
What did they say?
Didn't say anything.
What?
Didn't say anything. Find another one to talk to.
Okay.
I'll go find one since I think I'm the least standout of the group as a human.
That's why I'm not gonna yell at this old woman in the middle of a market.
Are you saying I stand out because I'm an elf?
Yes.
Thank you.
I go to a different food vendor rather than the old lady. And I just kind of come up and go, excuse me. I'm looking for one of the minor noble houses. The Jomontis, I believe. The Jomontis. Sent here on an errand.
You see this old fire ganassi with sort of cracked face, sort of lines of fire running through him, like his face is like molten lava about to explode. Quite old overall, short hair, kind of a weird colored hat on his head, long brim. Gives you a look. Yeah, I know them. Not far. You're on the right, Spire. What do you want them? You want to deal with them?
Mostly just information.
Huh.
They have something that belongs to me.
Damn thieves, I say. Said that
I
for
would agree.
years.
So could you point me in their direction?
Sure, you go that way, and you just keep on walking until you find the fields, and then, well, I'm sure you'll find them. It's the big man house. You'll find it pretty big, and it's the biggest. Yep.
I thank you. I sit down 2 silver on the counter and then walk away.
Oh, hey, Mister.
Yes.
Yeah, take this, and he as he sort of puts the silver in his pocket, he offers you a bag with inside some kind of weird red fruit,
Awesome.
sort of square shaped.
I just give a
Yeah.
slight bow.
Yeah, I don't take donations. No.
Well, I thank you.
Yeah. Be on your way, son.
Yes, of course. Coming back to the group, how busy are the roads here? I know you said they're fairly busy. Are they as jam-packed as the last spires?
No, not at all. Here, like the markets, like the morning markets basically are going well. There's quite a bit of people, but it's not like you have to watch where you're going. And on the streets themselves, it's just there's like a few people, but would be normal, right? Like there's no big traffic. There's nothing. At best on a given street, you might walk by 2 or 3 people tops.
When I get back, I want to lean in to Kelrin's ear and just go, just so you know, at some point soon I should be able to get us back home, nearby to home. A few weeks travel back, but closer than we are now.
Sounds good.
In case you would have need.
Not at the moment, but thank you.
Fine. This way, and I'll start trekking in the direction the old man told me to go.
All right. I suppose, Amira, you were close behind or something, or you
Mhm.
you like still you went somewhere and now you're lost.
No, I think she would go close behind. I
Okay.
think Amelia would know the dangers of trailing off from being, on the surface and stuff. So
Oh yeah. Okay. So you regroup, following the information from Cyrus, and you end down the street as the Genasi told you. You should find what you're looking for, and very quickly the street parts into fields. In fact, fields of not quite greenery. But it is reminiscent of land, not of rock. It seems that they've managed to make some type of plants, of grass, thrive here. And it's just, open wide in front of you, just fields of crops of different kinds. Some you've never seen. Some is like this big purple tentacle roiling across a wooden how do you call those things? Just a wooden beam planted in the ground, and just this thing growing across it vertically. Others you've just never seen. It seems to be fruits from this region, and that's not really something you've seen before. and I'm not going to detail everything. Oh my god. So you walk through these paths that are sort of like well segmented, sort of like first you go down this dirt path, you hit this this crossway, and then decide if you want to go here or there or there. You cross a few people. There's farmers tending to their land here and there. They give you a holler or like a tip of a hat as you pass by. And again, always wherever you go, there are these lantern posts that just give off light.
As we're getting closer in the direction, I just kind of ask everybody. So what's the plan here?
The
Well,
talk, I had assumed.
we go in and we ask them what they did to the painting. Hopefully, they give us some information.
And if they
And if
refuse
not,
to
well-
see us,
If they refuse to see us, we'll figure it out then. I mean,
right?
the
This is gonna
painting
be-
won't likely be here anyway, right? I believe so.
I'm pretty sure they said they sold it.
Well, we just need to know who they sold it to.
And you don't plan on shooting anyone while we're here, right?
Do you need my gun?
No, I don't need your gun. You can handle your own business. I just don't want to take part in an entire family's deaths.
I don't think you would be able to kill all of them.
Sure, but I'm gonna go down trying.
I don't think we need any bloodshed.
Great. So just a talk.
Yes.
As you're talking, you start seeing in distance across a field of these red, this big red, just round-ish plants that are growing on the ground. You see this big house that the Ganassi farmer was talking to you about. It's not the biggest house you've seen, but as a farmhouse, it's pretty big, and there are other buildings next to it, like some kind of big barn, and other smaller ones, like probably some kind of shed, but just a ways away. And in front of you, down the path, you can clearly see two shapes coming through at a rapid pace towards you.
Man shapes or like beast shapes?
Man-shaped. Looks like they're running.
Running
Just
at us or from something?
Hard to say.
Hello?
hand on my sword, just waiting to see what happens.
Uh-huh.
Hello? Why are you running?
Why
They're
are you
pretty
running?
far.
Okay.
They get
Um,
closer, but they're pretty far.
okay, I'll just wave like, hello?
So friendly.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't want to
Um,
fight them.
So they get closer and closer. You sort of take stock for a moment. One of the shape falls down on the ground. The other stops, turns back, get them up, and then sort of like, you can see they've been running for a bit. They're starting to get winded. But as they go, the other one starts, the one that fell just is like holding his side and walking slower. And the other one just gets closer to you. They just look like farmers, rather young, young adulthood, dark brown hair. One of them sees you, just completely winded, goes, "Oh, hey, the house getting attacked.
By who?
Oh, I don't know, some kind of creature. I don't know.
Which house?
Just this one," and he points to the big one.
Shows
Is that
us
our
right.
house?
We need to tell. I don't know. Are there 24 guards here or something?
No, calm
He's
down,
trying
calm
to.
down, sir. Calm down, sir. The Daring Crusaders are here. Cyrus, let's go.
What?
Fine.
Daring Crusaders, get it in your mind. Tell the authorities. We'll have it under control
Tell
now.
the authorities. Fuck.
Yeah, he kind of like just sort of sits on the ground, like trying to catch his breath. You pass by the other one who's walking, is just also like red as a beet, and just kind of just looks at you as you go by. Okay, so you delve further, and as sort of the field of crops lower, and you can see more of the field in front of the house. There are in fact two large sort of beasts made out of made out of earth, rock, or metal, some kind. They seem to be almost floating from the ground up. Like they don't, each piece of rubble or of dirt seem to not be quite connected to each other, but they form a whole that seems to be moving of its own. And they both are a deep blue. Meanwhile, they are being fought over by a few people down there, and as you get closer and closer, one of them gets bashed super hard, gets flung away, and hits one of the buildings. He yells as he hits it. You can't quite hear the bone crunch, but you can guess at it. So, what do you want to do?
Oh, guys.
I mean, I've got one trick.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I'll go ahead and firebolt and siphon it off into the sword.
All right. Then give me some initiatives.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just click the
Yo,
initiative. Oh my
Bad dice
god.
help me.
Oh my goodness. You do not like this kind of initiative. It's a 4.
Yeah, I'm finally not last.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, hooray.
Another nat 1. Oh my
Well,
god.
I rolled a natural 20 for a 23.
I got a
Okay.
17.
So Karen first.
Cool. I'm gonna quietly and stealthily hide somewhere and get within 15 to 20 feet of it.
Okay. So clearly, as you, well, let's say for now, you get like a quote unquote surprise round. So you just get to you guys tell me what you want to do, and that happens. So Cyrus, you throw a firebolt. Karen, you want to hide. I mean, you're basically already hidden. You're coming from behind them essentially.
Right. I just want to get within like 30 feet of it. But
Yeah,
stay
to
hidden.
do the Hecko thing. Okay.
Do the
Oh,
echo
how
thing.
far away are we?
And yeah.
If
you're giving
right
us a s-
now, I would
if you're-
say, yeah, I mean, I would say 60 feet ish.
If you're
Okay,
giving, if
can
you're,
I-
to get within 30 feet?
Can we only do an action or also a bonus action?
You can do your whole turn.
Oh, okay. In that case, there's 2 of them, I suppose. I'll use
So yeah, there are two.
I'll use unsettling words, which is 60 feet range. So they have 1d8 less on their saving throw, and I'll use dissonant whispers on one of them. I guess they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom minus what? Oh well, you know what? It doesn't
Minus a
matter.
d8.
Yeah, you should expand. So what does it take?
8 psychic damage, or fatigue, or however you want to call it.
Okay. All right. Anything
And
else?
it cannot move closer. The target, blah blah. I see must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Okay. So
And
this
it doesn't
thing.
move into obvious dangerous ground, such as fire or a pit.
Okay, that's fair. So you cast this, and you get sort of like a bit of a weird feedback loop as you say these words. almost like you can hear your own words being spoken back to you. Although the spell seems to work as normal aside from that. And the creature starts, as it was mid charging towards one of the people that were fighting on the field. It just beelines away. Meanwhile, the second one sort of like wanders, and what's the firebolt roll?
The fireball roll is a dirty 20.
Okay, then roll me some damage.
That's an 8 on the die.
8 on the die. Okay. Fireball hits the rock. It's sort of like the shock of it, the little conflagration sort of dislodges some of the rock, and it turns. And you can see this vaguely shape-like, face-like arrangement of stone and mortar.
And these aren't like the ones I know, correct?
No, they are completely different. The ones you knew were at least humanoid in shape and form.
Right.
They had arms and they had legs.
Bipedal at the least. Good.
Yeah, bipedal at least. These things are not bipedal. They seem just to be floating like some kind of stone Taz of Tasmania.
And I'll burn my reaction to get Riptide going on the sword.
All
and
right.
that should be it.
All right, your sword glows with power.
So, bonus action, manifesting my echo. You're giving me the hit. You're giving me that I'm hidden, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So, regular action, swinging with the sword through my echo for 25 to hit. I assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're giving me sneak attack.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Because you're hidden.
So that's 10 damage total.
10 damage. Okay, that's pretty solid. All right. So you hit the rock. It doesn't clearly, you're not breaking this thing just yet, but clearly you're creating a tear in its natural armor. So, following that, top of the actual round, Karen. Just to give you an impression of what's going on, there are 3 other people on the field. There's a man with a spear who seems well dressed, dark brown hair. There's another one that is unarmed and is attempting to flee. And there's a woman with a bow strung across her shoulder, and she's mostly trying to keep her distance. And there's another guy dressed like a farmer who seems to be cradling his broken arm against the barn.
Okay.
They seem to be focused on the one that ran away after Amelia cast Dissonant Whisper on it. And the other one that took the firebolt is focused on you guys.
Okay. So, am I still hidden?
No.
Not hidden anymore from after the surprise round? Okay.
You're also like in the middle of the field, pretty much. Unless you want to go into like the cornfield maze.
Well, if I'm not hidden anymore, I'll use my bonus action for my cunning action. Try to hide again.
Behind what? Is nothing.
Whatever I can attempt to hide from. How tall's the grass? Can I just lay down?
No.
Alright. Well, if you're not going to give me that, then I'll just 2 swings on the sword then.
Alright.
$17.
17 hits.
First one.
Just hits, in fact.
Oh, that's a high AC.
7 damage on the first swing.
Alright.
And then that's going to be a miss on the second swing.
Alright, you hit one dislodging rock. The other one just cling, hits it but bounces.
That. my turn.
All right.
Yep. So you're not gonna let me hide anywhere.
Yeah, man, hiding in an open field.
Yeah. The classic, right? Classic.
The grassy plains, laying down and swapping places with your echo constantly.
Well, I was trying to do my rogue shit finally.
Yeah, I get it, but sometimes there's just nowhere to hide.
Right.
All right. Cyrus, your turn.
Okay. I will close the gap, and as I'm closing the gap to get in melee range with this thing, I'll look over at the people that are trying to fight and just be like, "Go, run. We'll deal with this, and we'll talk to you here in a minute." I'll go ahead and take 2 swings on the one in front of me. Better question though. Do I have to declare when I activate Riptide on the sword? Like when is it like smite where I can choose after I hit? We haven't talked about that.
Let me see.
Is it a hunter's mark thing or a smite thing where I got to call it at the beginning of the round or after the hit?
Where did I read it? Okay. Let me find it. Okay. Blah blah blah.
Oh, the wording is your next attack, so it activates on its own.
Yeah, it activates no matter what.
Cool.
Even if you miss.
Sounds good. All right. Well, I'll take my 2 swings, one of which will be riptided. Cocked. Oh. Very sorry, changing things. That is a 21 to hit. 14 plus 7.
Yeah, okay.
So that's 8 plus 2, and then 2d8. Okay, that's 10 for the physical damage, and 10 for the force damage. So 20 damage in total.
Jesus fuck. What? Okay. Alright, this thing was prepared to take a blow from a sword, and then it detonates, sparks arcane energy, and it just gets knocked out a bit, knocked away, but then sort of looms over you, preparing for retaliation.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take my second swing. Extra attack fighter, baby! Life is good. That's a 22 to hit, 15 plus 7.
Yeah, okay.
Not empowered this time, so just 8 physical damage, slashing.
Sorry, what was the to hit?
The to hit was a 21.
Right, 21, and how much damage?
It was 8.
Okay, that's still pretty good. Okay. Anything else you want to do? Or you can do. That's a lot.
Nope, I'm gonna hold my my reaction in case I would have need.
Alright. So, as it looks down on you, it's going to start pummeling at you.
Okie dokie.
That's a 16.
That is my armor class.
There's your armor class. Okay. Then it pummels at you 3 times.
I will go ahead 3 times. Jesus.
Yep, 3 times.
For
a total of, that's a lot of dice.
You know what? Can
11
I just
damage.
shield that, Mr. DM?
Yeah, you can, but you will still take 1. You will still take 1 hit out of the 3.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll burn a shield.
So I already rolled. So I rolled with 3 results. Yeah, you take 11 points of damage as it pummels into you.
I'm very glad I shielded. Puts that, and I still have more health than Amelia.
Get out.
Right. Okay, then some of the blue rock that's all across its body sort of detaches at high speed and gets flung towards you, Kelrin. since you've been attacking it.
Is
and
it
that's not
going
a good
after me
roll.
or my echo?
That's a good one.
It's also, I mean, at least Echo's not like
Uh,
mirror image.
Right. So my echo is 30 feet away from me.
Uh-huh.
And I was attacking through my echo, so my echo's right on top of it.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Well, either way, it misses. So,
okay.
for now, it's
In-
moot. I would say, in this case, in the heat of the moment, it would have attacked your echo, since it was the source of the damage.
Okay.
Okay. All right, well, that's its turn. For now. Amelia. Oh, actually, yeah, that's your turn.
My turn is over? What?
No,
I
it's your
just got
turn.
started.
Go for it.
Oh, okay. So the other one, what's happening with the one that's far away right now?
At this point, it's sort of like turning back to the people that were fighting it initially. And
Okay,
they're
so
starting,
guess
they're
that's-
sort of trying to. I mean, the farmer that's still in one piece, mostly is trying to avoid it. The one with the spear is mostly trying to hurt it and, trying to poke at it here and there. And the bow woman is just shooting at it, although the arrows are not doing that much, to be honest.
Hmm. I will just cast Vicious Mockery on the one that we are fighting right now.
Okay.
So
Does
it
it
has to
require the thing
Wisdom
to
save.
understand you?
That's a good question. Let me check real quick.
I should have asked you for wisdom.
If the target it doesn't though it need not understand you. Yeah.
Alright, well, there you go.
Lucky dice reacquired.
Just say,
boys.
yeah.
Life is good.
Oh, it needs to make a wisdom save, by the way.
Right.
And I'll just say 4 points of block. You
Alright.
punch
It
pretty bad.
succeeds.
It succeeds. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, a DC 15?
Yeah. Rolled 16 out of the box.
Well, in that case, I'll be like, Kelren, beat it like it was your dad. And that's
Whoa!
my inspiration.
I'm not sure that's going to inspire him, dude.
That's rough.
You want to roll with disadvantage on this one? I'll let you.
That's okay. So,
Alright.
top of the round.
Yeah. Almost. So the bow woman and the spearman are fighting the other thing. It's going pretty well for them. Although the spearman gets scraped. But it seems like it's mostly a stall at this point. They're stalling. Kelren, top of the round.
Okay. The echo's gonna swing twice again. The short swords.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Natural 1 for the first one.
Yep.
Natural 19 for the second shot.
Yeah, that hit.
Since I'm attacking the one that's engaged with Cyrus,
Yes.
I get my sneak attack correct
Uh-huh.
on that one.
Yes, you should.
Okay.
In theory.
Just making sure we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you didn't use
What?
your bardic inspiration.
Didn't need
I
to.
don't think he gets it. I really
Oh,
don't.
right.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
That's a rough one, man. DM, does it seem like they've ignored my telling them to flee? The
Yes.
villagers?
That's 9 damage.
I wouldn't say you've had time to exchange a meaningful look.
Yeah.
But overall, they are standing their ground.
No,
Props to them.
6 damage. Sorry.
6 damage. Okay, that's pretty solid. You can see now this rock entity has had, well, this rock and minerals, I should say, entity has suffered quite a beating, and it is cracking in places. Anything else?
Fuck it. Action surge. Swing again. 21 to hit.
Yeah, okay. Hit that.
That hit is nasty, dude.
6 damage on that one.
All right. All right. Once again, you dislodge another piece of rock. It's not quite down, but it's clearly it is a few holes now. And it's sort of like moving awkwardly now, as parts of its structure doesn't really hold itself together anymore. All right, is that it?
Yeah, fuck it. Unleash Incarnation. Another attack
What
again.
is that?
It's the Echo special thing. Lets me
Okay.
take another attack action.
Okay, sure.
I take 5 levels in fighter to get 4 attacks. He doesn't. Oh,
A 19 to hit.
That hits. Whew. Everything above 17 does, basically.
Yeah, 5 damage on that one.
Okay, 5 damage. That is not enough to down it, but getting closer and closer.
Yeah, but that was 4 swings in 1 turn, so...
Yeah, you win. Right? Really
Essentially.
hard.
One of them missed. The first one missed, but 3 out of the 4 hit, so...
Oh, yeah, well, can't win them all.
Yeah, it's true.
Alright, so... It's going to hit again. Sort of like sharing the blows between the Echo and Cyrus, although it's going to start with the Echo. What's the AC of the Echo? Is it yours AC?
Nope, it's a 17.
17.
It actually
okay.
it has a higher AC than I do.
Okay. Okay, so
Yes,
the Echo
me
explodes.
as well.
Okay, so my Echo's gone. Good to know.
The Echo's gone. And then, what's your name? Damn it. Cyrus. A 22 to hit. Wait, 22, yeah.
1 second. I have. That's actually, yeah. You're 1 up on my. You're 1 up on my shield currently. You hit again
Okay.
because I get 16 plus 5 for 21.
8 points of bludgeoning damage on you.
All right.
Almost
Still
at you
more
once again.
health than Amelia.
Right. And then it's going to do its spiky thing again towards you, Calvin. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. Okay. So many different die this thing has. Why? Who designed this?
Couldn't be you.
Alright, that's 7 points of force damage as these crystals hit you. You must also roll a strength saving throw.
Okay. Also, still more HP than Amelia.
How much HP do you guys have? Like, seriously,
The
what the fuck?
fighters.
Yeah, my total's 48.
Mine's 41.
Wow.
That's a freaking 3. That's an actual 1.
3. Okay, so the sapphire, the blue crystals hit you square in the chest. You get pushed back 10 feet, and you are knocked prone.
Oh man.
All right, that's it for it. Simulating the battle between the people and the other one. Okay. It's not going so great. The spearman is being thrown towards the main house. And the farmers are making their exits. One is helping the other walk. Or at least trying to get them up. Okay, and then Emilia, it is your turn.
You say one farmer is trying to get the other one up. Is he like super injured or something?
The one that's next to the barn got thrown there and looks like their arm is like out of their socket.
Okay, well, that's his problem. I'll move in within 60 feet range. Of
What
the
would you
monster.
fucking ask? Jesus. Like, I wonder how much in pain this guy is. Whatever.
Yeah, if he's about to die, sure, but that's fixable. And I'll use Vicious Mockery again.
All right. Wisdom save. That's not great. That's 11.
Ooh, he takes 4 psychic damage.
Okay,
And,
as it does, there's again this feedback loop
Mhm.
that you sort of hear your own voice sent back and back and back as it echoes into your head, and then the rock formation as a whole starts crumbling and just falls down in a shower of broken earth.
Okay.
All right, so that's one, and there's a second one.
Wait, I targeted the second one. The one that's far away.
Mm-hmm.
And that one crumbled? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, you sure? Don't want to move? That's your last word.
Yeah, don't want to move. Wait, I might. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, top of the round, Calvin.
Hold on, didn't I? I did get a
What?
turn.
You did? Did I skip you?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I
Oh,
skipped you. I did. All right. Well, tell me what you're up to then.
Cool. So the one that was far away got broken with Amelia's turn?
Yeah.
Not the one that I'm in melee with and getting
Yes,
pummeled by?
Correct.
Cool. And your echo's gone, Kelrin, right?
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, it got poofed
Thanks,
out
buddy.
as basically the rock thing just kind of like smash, and the echo poofed out as you were pushed away a bit.
Cool. I will go ahead and take my 2 swings on the one in front of me, I guess. Before I do that, though, I'm going to second wind because ouchie. That is 11 hit points regained.
All right.
Life is good again. And then I'll take my 2 swings. Just roll 2 dice. One misses, the other hits. It's not empowered, so it's just a d8 plus 2. That is 8 slashing damage.
All right.
Is it still standing?
Yep.
Well, floating, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go ahead and action surge and swing 2 more times.
All right.
Another 22 to hit, and 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Okay. You guys rolling like fucking crazy. Jesus.
That's a whopping 3 damage on the first hit,
Okay.
and 7 damage on the second.
Okay. So you hit it once, you see that it's starting to crack there. So you double down, you tap twice, and it just explodes in internal explosion, just and it's you have to sort of protect your eyes as to not get blinded, and it just explodes every which way.
Just because I want to try this, I want to try and burn my reaction to siphon magic off of that thing exploding. Try and activate Riptide, even though the combat's over. I just want to see if it works. It says persistent magical effect.
I would say it does not work.
Okay.
All right. So as that explodes, and things calm down, the spearman turns to the farmer and just immediately goes towards them, and tries to help the one that's downed, or at least the arm broken, while the woman with the bow just looks at you curiously and walks up towards you. After the fight, the spearman is helping one of the farmer help the one with the broken arm, while the woman eyes you curiously as she looks around a bit, then unstring a bow and sort of walks up towards you. She has neck length dark brown hair. She seems she just seems cocky. The smile on her face, the way she walks around, she just gets this air of cockiness to her. just looks at you in turn. Suppose we should thank you.
Sure.
Well, state your business.
We're looking.
You're looking?
Looking for Jumante? Is that how you say it? Jumante? I think it's Jumante.
Yeah, behind her, the farmer is going, "Ah, no!" As he they're like mishandling him, and his arm is just crying in pain.
Amelia, can't you help with that?
Amelia, can't you help with that? Amelia healed this. Amelia, okay, you better find out what Jumante is when I get back. And
Yeah,
I'll,
it's a
walk up to the man.
It's called making a kind gesture to get the information we need.
She sort of stops you as you get further. We'd rather you not do that.
You want him to suffer.
We'd rather you not do that.
Why?
Right. Not a
Do we
fan
need
of
a
the
reason
magic
then?
and stuff.
Do I need a reason for you to not do something? I'm asking you not to.
Okay. So where's Jumante so we can be on our way?
That's an odd question.
Okay, other question. Why are these rock things attacking you? And where did they come from?
Well, if you have the answer to that, I'd like to know.
Is it a common occurrence?
No.
Is this the first time it
Now,
happened?
who are you? And why are you asking me all these questions?
Well, we just arrived in town and I kind of like to know, if I'm generally safe or not.
Well, I suppose you're not. Who is, really?
I mean, I think they're safe as in, you're safe from, there's unsafe as in, there's just a couple of drunkards who might try and do stuff. And then there's getting beaten to a pulp by two constructs or whatever, like those things were.
So, do you have a point?
My apologies. My name is Kelleran Vi. This is Cyrus and Amelia. We were told
Hello?
that the Jamontes may have some information about a painting that belonged to my friend. That's really all we're after. Not here to harm anyone. We saw you guys were in trouble for those things, decided to help.
Well, yes, thank you for that. Well, you're at the right house. I suppose you can just walk on in.
Thank you.
But I would announce myself before, or at least.
We'll knock at least.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was your name?
That's right, you didn't. She just moves off down the path.
Lovely people down here, by the way.
Kelleran, you remember the days where I hid things like that? Matter of safety.
You would hit that?
No, I said hid things like that.
Oh, I see.
Running security makes you a problem for some people.
I was about to say, you have a weird taste in women.
But I might hit that.
Can we move on, please?
Should I lead the way?
Yes,
Amelia?
yes. And walk far in front.
Sure.
So as you were talking, the three others moved up inside the house itself. And there's quite a commotion. There's people inside asking what happened. Because the whole thing, happened pretty fast. So, yeah, there's a lot of distinctive voices asking for this, for that. And pretty much everyone is fussing over the wounded one.
Guess I'll give a light knock at the door and then enter after I hear a response of some kind.
Okay. Yeah, mostly there's a lot of noise of them, a lot of people talking over each other. The spearman gives you, a side look as as they put the farmer with the broken arm laying down, and he sort of looks at you, just nods.
Who is the head of the house here?
A woman with dark hair as well, with a no nonsense look, and very short hair, looks at you. That would be me. Can I help you?
Yes, we're here to inquire about a painting you may have sold some time ago.
This again.
Others are looking for this painting?
We don't have it anymore.
I understand, but I'd like to know where it is.
As you can see, we have a bit of a problem here. We'd like to... If you would perhaps like to wait until we deal with this, and then I'll deal with you.
We've already taken care of the problem outside.
Then you're free to wait.
Would you like some help with his arm?
No,
I have
thank you.
a little bit of experience.
The spearman and another older man are sort of like, going around him, looking at the wound. They're like, they're talking about resetting it and then bandaging. They're in the process of helping.
Would I know if this is the proper way of doing it?
Medicine check.
Medicine check.
I'm so glad you didn't make me do one.
Medicine.
Why you
Minus
didn't ask
one.
anything? So.
I rolled a 16.
16. Yeah, I mean, they seem to have the right idea.
Okay. I'll not say anything then.
Okay. So they take a few minutes to tend to the man. Eventually, things calm down. He's brought to a different room to rest, and the spearman talks to the woman whisperingly, and then eventually she gets back to you, sort of gives you a nod. If you'll follow me.
I follow.
She gets through, and inside a dinner room,
Yeah, high five.
talk to the hand.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this camera to auto adjust.
Gets to a dinner room with sturdily built table, paintings across the room, spotless furniture, and a fruit basket on the table itself. She takes a sit at the seat that's on the at the end of the table. Just gestures for you to sit down. The spearman is still there, and the older man also. The older man is guarding the door. He's not armed, by the way, but the spearman obviously has kept his spear.
Okay, I'll sit down.
Right. So, the painting, is it?
Yes.
Well, what's your connection to it?
It belongs to me.
Oh, have you painted it?
No. It was stolen from me by the previous, well, I would say owner, but clearly if you steal something, you don't technically own it.
That's
Well,
not necessarily how
ownership
that works.
is a fickle thing.
Right, I would agree with that. If it's in my possession, I own it.
Yeah, well, whoever's possession it is now, it's going back to its rightful owner.
Very well. Are you sure?
I did not come all the way from the surface, down here, down to another one of your cities, just for a vacational visit. Yes, I'm sure.
I don't really see what I stand to gain from this.
What you have to gain? Well, we could have actually let those things outside go rampant and, destroy your house or, have more of your people injured. But no, we decided to help you. So if you could help us after we've already helped you, that would be great. Because from where I stand, the thing you gained has already happened. Now, where do I get my gain?
That's a lot of could have and ifs and maybes. So you did the thing, and now you have nothing. You've lost your leverage.
Okay.
This feels
Okay.
needlessly tense.
I'm
Yeah, I don't.
Cyrus, talk to the woman, because
I apologize for my compatriot.
How much?
This is...
I'll happily pay you for your information.
Honey, I'm just playing with you. I don't know what painting is.
Do you know who had it last?
I know who I gave it to.
That's a good start.
Still, I'm not sure what I gained from telling you that.
And I said how much. Like I said, we'll be willing to pay you for the information.
She gives a really persistent, I will call it, look at Amelia. You say you own it. So, do you know who made it?
Yes.
Because ever since it came into our possession, it just seems like everything went downhill.
Your point?
I'm concerned you don't realize what you're looking after.
I am very well aware of what I'm looking after, because I've had it in my possession for quite a long time and nothing happened. Maybe because I'm the rightful owner and you shouldn't have had it in the first place.
I see. Well,
and maybe when it comes back to its rightful owner, bad stuff will stop happening to you. So if I were you, I would just tell me where it is or where it was last or who you sold it to, so I can, one, be out of your hair, and two, good stuff can happen to you again. And you don't have to fight these iron golems or whatever, and you can go about your life and be happy.
Is that are you trying to lie to her and like intimidate her right now?
No, because Amelia's is really annoyed and she just really wants to.
But like what you're saying, like, is it something she believes, or does she believe that the painting brings curses on people that don't technically own it?
No, she does not.
Yeah, so
I'm literally lying
right?
to her. Yes.
Okay.
All right, then deception check.
Yes, I'm lying. I'm absolutely
sarcastic.
lying.
I was being sarcastic, actually, but sure, deception.
That didn't feel sarcastic.
That did not. No, it legit,
that felt like, well, you deserve this shit happening to you.
That's what I took from it too.
I rolled a 23. So.
Okay. The spearman moves closer to the woman. He whispers something in her ear. There's a bit of an eye roll from her. Then the spearman just so I think maybe she'd get to take a look at something, and if you can tell us more, since you know a lot about this thing, and since you've handled yourself fairly well out there, I thought, well, if you could at least take a look, I think it would be fair. for us to tell you what we know about the painting and what it might be. So would you? It's yeah, yes. So that's that.
You want me to take a look at what?
Just people that that have been in contact with it. Just tell us if there's something you can do, maybe.
Okay. So, well, guide me to the people.
Right. Okay. Well, follow me. And he clutches his spear in the crook of his arm and moves out of the room. The older man who was guarding the door opens before he gets there and leads the way upstairs. Eventually running into this little carpeted hallway and then through this door into just looks like a fairly standard decorated room. Compared to the rest, it's fairly bare bones. But there's a kid there, maybe a young teenager at most. He seems to he's like mumbling all the time, very quietly, and just from what you can see, it just seems to be sleeping, but like really it doesn't look like restful sleep, essentially. So before you pass the threshold, the spearman, the older man who hasn't spoken a word, just takes a stand near the door, and the spearman turns to you. So this is my brother, and you could say he's been affected ever since we found this thing. It just seems like he can't rest anymore. When he sleeps, when he wakes up, which is not very often, he tells us about these nightmares he's been having. He said he saw his own death, and that things are pursuing him. I don't know what else to tell you. I've also seen the painting, and I've seen things, but we all have, really, to some extent. I was glad to be rid of it, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I don't know. Can you just take a look at him, see if there's something you can do?
I have questions.
Okay.
Did your brother touch the painting?
I don't think so.
Did you touch the painting?
I touched the frame one time.
Did you spend equal amounts of time around the painting?
I mean, I guess so. I suppose we hanged it in the hall. We thought it was neat because it changed often, and often we would have different paintings. We wouldn't see the same things, so it was interesting.
What did you see?
Is that important?
Yes.
I'm not sure, honestly. Just glimpses of people that some I know, some I don't. Like glimpses of discussions, like things that I can't recall. Seemed mostly mundane, honestly. I saw a day in the field. I saw. I think I was walking down a cavern, some kind of mine. Nothing of note, really.
And you don't have any weird markings on your body.
No.
What about your brother?
No, he doesn't either. None of us do. Except, well, we'll get to that later.
Except what?
Later.
Okay. Is he the only one?
Soda? There's someone else I'll want you to look at.
Would I actually have knowledge of something like this happening before? Because I'm literally just bullshitting my way through this.
I mean, you can make a history or arcana check.
Okay, here goes nothing. Well, they're both bad, so here we go. 20! Actually,
They're both bad.
19.
20!
Like a 19
Okay.
plus 1, basically.
Well, how is 19? Oh, you mean the mod?
The
The roll,
modifier is bad.
yeah.
All right, I get it. Smart. All right. So you think back to... Wait, did you use history or arcana?
Arcane.
Okay. So items that hold foretelling power usually have effects on their surroundings, but usually it's contained to the item itself, and usually it takes one of your kind to sort of harness what it may hold. So you've never heard of such an item being able to capture the mind of others. Certainly not on this scale. You suppose it's possible in theory. And to be honest, they haven't really schooled you about the painting. That you know it was taken, and it has significance, portentous significance, but they didn't really tell you much about. They were pretty secretive about what it could exactly do. At the same time, you feel like if there was something like this could have happened, that could have been a sign. Like a you could have heard a rumor about that kind of thing happening. They would have told you, so you would have had a better chance at finding it. So it doesn't make much sense that if this was known, they wouldn't tell you, or the others. So in this case, there's likely something else at work, or either that or something has changed.
Okay. So another question for the DM. I would know about the painting like changing every now and then, right? I assume. No, that's new to me as well.
You know that the painting could have different viewings for different people, but usually they would stay static. Even though they would be different for different people, they would remain static, right? You get one, but that's it. So the fact that the same person could see different viewings is new.
Let me see. I have one more question actually. Well, actually, I don't think I would know anything about it, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So I know that like my society generally, when they wanna exchange information, they just do it verbally. Was there any other way to exchange information between my kind? Like I don't know, like meditate together. Okay, so basically, I know that my kind comes together every now and then to exchange like new information and all that kind of stuff. But is there any other way, like telepathically or through some kind of trance or whatever, to do that, or
No.
no? Okay. Okay. Back to D&D. I so what you and your brother have gone through, for as far as I know, is generally only for my kind, and it generally doesn't affect us in this kind of manner. I'm a bit
Okay.
at a loss. I have never really, we have never really known of other people having visions or foretellings, as you could say, other than us. So as much as I'd like to help, I can't tell for certain how I could help in this matter. So I know the painting has special properties, but we have never seen anything like this. Like, sure, special properties for a painting as such, especially this painting, it can have adverse effects, but since it never affected us, it's hard to say for certain how to fix someone
Okay,
affected.
I understand. I understand. You don't have to beat around the bush. You don't know.
Exactly. Can I ask? Because I guess what I don't understand is you both got shown a foretelling, and
I don't know.
I guess I don't understand why you're not as affected as your brother. Like, something must have been different.
Well, we were all affected differently. Wasn't
Okay, but
much for me.
Okay.
He closes the door. We probably go to the next one.
Before we go, do you mind if I take a closer look at him? I just want to. I want to see if this is akin to something else that I've experienced one time. I can take my weapons off and give them to you. I am no threat.
He just opens the door. Go for it.
So, DM, in some ways, this reminds me of the nostalgia problem from the brewery at the very beginning of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
My question being, now that I'm a little more in tune with the arcane way of things, do I get the sense that this is a natural effect? Like, as in, this is the body's response to something? Or do I get the sense that this is a truly magical effect? I can roll arcane or nature, whatever you need me to roll. I want to see, because this obviously seems like vaguely the same but different in some ways, and I want to try and identify the source.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll Arcana or Medicine. I guess it's up to you. I mean, I know which one you will choose, but...
They're the same modifier, so it really...
What? Your Arcana and your...
My nature's super high.
Why?
Because of intelligence.
You have bad intelligence?
Proficiency. I have good intelligence.
And isn't Arcana intelligence?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm proficient in both.
But your Arcana is the same as your Medicine?
Yes.
But the Medicine is based on Wisdom?
No, not Medicine, nature.
Oh, nature.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, nature and Arcana are the same, so I can kind of look at it from either way.
Yeah, I mean, up to you then.
It's a 19 on the die for a total of 26.
Okay. So you look at him, and I mean, obviously there are natural symptoms that you find, and at a glance, there's no real explanation. but you do find something strange with his eyes. Like like he has his eyes closed, and you sort of open the pupil, and it's like his eye keeps on like going up and down, like it keeps flickering up and down, which is not normal sleep pattern. And there's just this faintest magical energy, just sort of, coming off of him, but just faintly. You have to be touching him to feel it.
Right.
That is just coating all of them. Clearly, there is some form of arcane tempering.
Okay. And the eye movement doesn't seem like when you're in deep sleep, the REM sleep, the rapid eye movement. This seems unnatural rather than natural.
Yeah, I mean, this is like spooky, scary shit.
Okay. I'll rise and kind of step away, and just I believe you're correct for what I can give. It is certainly magical to some degree, but I can't say more. Not from my experience, anyway.
Have I seen this before?
Describe this.
The flickering with the eyelids and going up and down. Well, not eyelids, the pupil, sorry.
No.
Okay.
Well, thank you for being honest, I suppose.
I know this is probably a bit out of line, but
Well, you've been out of line
even
since you stepped in, so.
But I'm trying to help you here, and if you're going to be smug, I'm not coming back
being
when I
smug.
learn more.
Well,
And if you'd like to save your brother, which I assume you do,
Are
I
we
don't
threatening
mean to
people
offend,
over the lives of children?
I don't mean to offend you, but so far you've told me that you simply don't know, so I'm not
yes,
sure what I
but
stand to lose here.
well, you can only stand to gain, isn't it? Because he couldn't get worse, but he could potentially get better, isn't it? So you could either listen to me, to what I have to say, or just keep being just a pain in the butt.
Honestly, I don't think he can get any worse. So.
Okay, well, I was going to say, before you so rudely interrupted me, that even though I don't know, there's people above me that might know, because clearly I don't know everything there is about this painting. And even though we have not seen this before with others or in my kind, that doesn't mean that there might be a potential solution. So once I get the painting back and get it to my elders, I could potentially come back and fix this.
Okay, so, okay. I understand. Still, will you take a look at
Yes, of course.
someone else? Okay. Well, follow me. Closes the door. The older man leads the way, goes down the stairs, and then through a side door, goes down a basement. He gets a torch, sort of like more like a jar that he can hold up. Just kind of knocks on it, and sort of a luminescent fly buzzes a light inside it, and he just goes down the stairs in the obscurity. Down there, it's looks like a pretty big cave complex with narrow hallways and dusty ceilings. And he stops next to a shoddily made door that is held closed by a lock. Gets a key out, opens it, and stands guard next to it. The spearman pushes the door open wide, and the light reveals a woman, quite tall, older than him, but pale in the face. She is also missing her eyeballs, and blood is falling down through the holes in her where her eyes should be, and blood is just pooling down on her face. And she just stands there, sort of unmoving. The spearman looks at you and just says, "So, so this happened not too long ago. We were desperate, and we thought we could. I'm not sure. We thought we could do something with the painting. I don't know. He's getting a bit shifty, kind of like sometimes look behind himself, and then focuses again.
Like he's scared of he's scared of the woman. That kind of shifty.
Possibly. In the same breath, he says, "Though she's not aggressive. She's just been like this, and she doesn't eat. She doesn't talk."
What did you do?
What did she do?
What did you do? You said we were desperate.
We just tried. We thought the painting clearly had something going on. We thought we could, I don't know, try to use it somehow. I mean, it didn't work.
Jackson here, say, what did you do?
I'm not sure. I don't know any of these things. Okay, it's just I don't know how to explain this to you. This painting, you just look at it and things happen. I don't know.
Yes, I know that fact, but
what happened to her eyes? To put it simply,
she put her thumbs through her eye sockets and pushed them down. That's what happened.
Just prior.
Does she respond?
No.
Does she eat?
No.
How long ago was this?
Two or so weeks. She doesn't seem to change. Her hair hasn't grown. The weight hasn't changed.
A living statue.
I don't know. And we had to. We're all seeing things in reflections everywhere in the house. We had to break everything, throw all the metal that could reflect. It's just, even now in the corner of my eye I can see something.
What do you
Not
see?
quite sure what, but it's looking at me.
Have I heard of something like this before? Like, being looked at because you looked at a painting or the painting?
Yeah. History check.
History.
Did I notice the direction he was looking to where, like, he said he was seeing something or something was looking at him from?
Yeah.
This might piss some people off. I'll cast Fairy Fire in that direction.
Okay. What are the components of Fairy Fire?
What do you mean?
What are the
Verbal,
components of
somatic
this
material.
spell?
It's just
Yeah.
verbal.
Verbal, somatic. Just verbal.
Just verbal.
Oh, so you just say something, right?
Yep.
So how does it? Can you yeah, you can be like, oh yeah, I want to cast in this area, but exclude you, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's actually something over there that we can't see that's hiding.
Mm-hmm. So you
Well, it
cast
says
fairy.
any creature. It doesn't say.
Yeah, but
Yeah, any creature
that
in the
probably
area.
that implies you
yeah.
can
Yeah.
choose, I think.
Oh, okay.
But it's within an area, right?
It's within it's a 20-foot cube.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how big the room is. If it lights up the entire room.
Does the spell imply that if it hits something but it succeeds, you get a return?
What do you mean? Okay, so is any
Like if
Eh,
if the spell hits something that is invisible, let's say,
yeah.
and it succeeds in the save, do you get an understanding that it has succeeded, and therefore that it is there, even though you can't see it? You know what I mean?
It doesn't say
it
that.
doesn't necessarily say that, so I would say if he makes a save, I don't see anything.
Right. Then in this case or any other,
Use the inspiration.
the
Oh,
spell
wait, you can't.
doesn't ping you back into the presence of anything.
I'll get closer to the woman since she doesn't seem to react or move at all.
Mhm.
And touching her, do I get the same sense of an arcane thing? Is it more intense? Is it lesser than the kid?
It is definitely similar, and much stronger.
Pardon me, I'm going deaf. There we go.
You're going deaf?
I'm going
That
deaf.
is not good.
I guess gathering that, I would just kind of look at the group, Spearman included. Whatever effect.
No, sorry. Go on, as you were.
Whatever is affecting the child is much more intense on her person. The same power, we'll say. I don't know what I can do to help see what this actually is. I mean, we mostly know what's causing it, but if there's a focal point, a mark, or something like that, I'm gonna have a hard time trying to find that on these people.
So you had made a check, right, Amelia?
Yes. 19.
What was it?
History.
19 history? Okay. So you have heard of something close to this. You have been warned several times about certain things regarding divination and the to-dos and not to-dos. Among the list of things not to do, specifically you should avoid, at least it's generally advised for people to not scry into the future. Things you generally do anyway, but it's something that people that are not ravens like you should not do, is advised against. Because people tend to go mad if they do that. Second of all, that's a fairly rare occurrence, but the second big no-no is to scry on a dead person. That has a tendency to bring out certain spirits that would rather not be disturbed. And in sometimes it creates the spirit itself. And that's about what you understand. You feel like that might be one such occurrence. You're not exactly sure how that's connected to the painting.
So I have to ask. Did you said you used the painting because you were desperate, right?
Uh-huh.
Who exactly used the painting?
Well, we all did. We regrouped. we all knew we were seeing things that had some kind of meaning, of things that might happen. So we decided to get together and look at the painting at the same time and try and sift through things and see when our luck would turn. And we spent a lot of time looking at it. Spent, the evening doing that, and eventually we just all went to sleep. And then when we came back in the morning, she was like this. She had, I don't know, she wanted to stay up and look at it more on her own. And when we came back, she was like this, and there was a. I suppose that's when we started seeing shapes in mirrors. So that's when we started removing them. And ever since, it's just been rough.
I have a question. Is anybody else hurt?
I mean, I don't think so.
Several people
mean-
have.
We've all changed in some way. I know Clarissa. That's my sister. You've seen her. You've talked to her. I think she's become more confident, I guess.
I suppose that's a good thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, so about your friend here, I don't really know how to help. However, if I get it correctly, you've been scrying. You've been using the painting's power. Have you been using it on the dead?
I don't know. We don't really control what we see.
So, you see stuff, and other people see stuff. This
I'm
is
sorry,
going to sound a little weird.
I can't stay here. And he just turns and bolts upstairs.
Okay, guys.
The older man starts closing the door.
Oh wait! Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Can we still
Sorry.
make it out?
Yeah, so is he closing us inside the room?
No, you're not inside the room.
Oh,
You
okay.
None of you have closed the threshold.
Oh,
At least you've not
Okay.
declared it. So
I mean, technically I did when I said I went and touched her to see how intense the magic stuff was.
all right, that's fair. I would assume you did not just like.
No,
stay
I'm not
right next to
staying
her,
hanging
right?
out with a
So, okay.
weeping angel.
So he starts closing the door unless one of you makes a.
Makes
Okay,
it?
then he just closes the door, and as he's turning the lock, you hear him speak. You have to excuse my son. He puts on a brave front, but he's been affected.
it's understandable.
I think you guys have a problem.
Yes.
Tell me more.
No. I mean, they've been doing stuff they can't do, and we have warnings for this. I'm not allowed to do these things as well. And I have been told before that, well, when they started, generally you would go mad. So I guess maybe your friend there has gone mad. I'm not sure. But now you're describing you're seeing things, which means that there's a potential there might be some sort of spirit or entity in this house with you that you keep seeing. And that's here. I don't know why, but
Well,
I mean,
we haven't seen it since we've given the painting away.
Well, you're seeing it now. You literally just said you saw something looking back at you.
It's just my son. I haven't seen it anymore.
Wait. Am I confused? Because like he just said that he saw something looking back at him, right?
The old man hasn't said anything yet.
The old man is the first time you hear him speak. The old
Okay,
man.
but the other guy did say that, right?
Yeah, the other guy said that.
Okay, well, the other guy said it.
Yes, I was there.
Does any? I'll just look at Calvin and Cyrus. Are you guys able to track spirits or something of that kind?
Let me just pull out my ghost compass. No. I do have a thing, though.
A thing for ghosts?
No. Amelia, if you would, I just want to take, like, a few steps away from these people.
Ow!
What happened?
Whenever you hit your mic,
Oh,
Oh, that didn't happen to me.
Oh,
That was a you
heard,
problem.
like, that was rough.
Yeah, I heard the feedback of that. It was like something. It was weird, but
I
heard
didn't hear anything.
Really?
I heard the pop.
I mean, I don't know. I thought that was awesome. That
But-
sounded awesome from where I stood.
I want to take a few steps away from the old man and Kelrun. Just kind of gesture for Amelia to come over.
Okay.
I have a working theory, at least as best I can think. What if when our friend put your painting back together, he did it the wrong way?
Meaning?
Mixed things up a bit. Well, if your people only got one viewing, and there were no feedback or issues, maybe when he put it back together, there was a little too much power, a little too much arcane pizzazz. And now the thing is showing half-truths or showing too many truths, showing things it shouldn't be to people it shouldn't be. What if whatever he did was wrong?
Well, then
Just a
he'll
thought.
be haunted. Well, haunted or
Well,
whatever by a spirit, potentially.
I don't think it's going to affect him the way it will affect these people. As you well know, people with that touch of the arcane can kind of bend the rules as they need, but for a commoner or nobles, people without that spark, things could get much worse for them.
Well, would I know if you need to vanquish the spirit? I don't even know, but I'm just gonna say that anyway. So I think the only way to get rid of whatever they're involved with is to get rid of the spirit.
I feel like, I don't know, I think the spirit is a side effect, not the cause. I think your painting started this, and your painting is the answer for it.
Well,
I mean, killing the
think-
spirit is definitely a good idea. I don't like the idea of a ghost hunting anyone, but I think the painting is the cause and the effect, and the spirit
yes,
is here
yes, of
because
course.
what it did.
but I think that if we leave these people like this, they're not gonna be much better off.
I agree. So we kill a ghost, find your painting, and get it back to your people.
I mean, first we have to find a way to see the ghost.
All in a day's work. I go ahead and step back towards the group and look at the old man. Did he say there were more people that were affected, or just these two? Affected to this level, anyway.
Well, I suppose I was the least affected overall. Never really cared for all these shenanigans. But all my children were affected in some ways. She looks at the locked door, was the worst one. Then came Oliver, the one you saw. Clarissa changed, and I suppose my wife did. though nothing terrible. She's just she has fits sometimes. Panic.
DM, is the girl that's in this room, this locked up room, is she noticeably younger or older than the boy?
She's older.
Okay.
She's like, give or take, she seems about the same age as the man you're talking to right now, like in her 50s.
Oh, okay. So she's much older then.
Yeah.
There goes my other theory.
So, what happens if you go past the threshold?
Well, your friend here did, and nothing. You mean the door? Nothing. We just keep her here just in case. Just in case.
So, from what I understand, the use of magic is generally frowned upon within the city. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
So, who here is so adequate in magic that they used the painting, or knew that the painting was magical?
Well, seems pretty darn obvious, given that it was giving us visions of the future.
Okay.
So obviously we didn't talk about it to anybody.
I have a weird
Yeah.
question.
Okay, do you mind if we go back upstairs? I'd like to check on my son.
Yes, of course.
Alright, so you walk and talk.
Is anybody here proficient with spirits?
No, I've told you we are not. We don't really deal with any of that. So I never really encountered any before, if that is what that is.
Considered
Okay.
having a cleric come in and maybe cleanse the home. Try to get rid of the spirits
what
that
now?
way. A cleric, a holy person.
I'm not sure how much good that would be.
I mean, I don't know either. It's just a shot in the dark.
Well, I don't know any. So, I don't. And I don't know if you seem like you're new in town, so no one really wants to have anything to do with us anymore. So, I guess we're lucky to be alive.
Does it seem like the situation upstairs has calmed down as we come back up?
Yeah, you go back up, and the spearman that you still haven't really learned his name. He's sitting on a couch, just breathing. Mostly, he seems to have calmed down somewhat.
May I just came up with this idea. I have a question for the people here. Do you guys mind if we use magic?
Mind if I smoke?
Well, I suppose we're past that, but be careful.
Okay. Am I allowed to enter that place again? You know, downstairs where your friend is?
Why?
I want to try to see if I can figure out what happened by talking to her.
Well, we can go back, yes. He sort of like shuffles down the stairs again.
This poor old man. We're just running him all over the house.
Yeah. And goes
Okay.
goes down and opens the door for you again.
This is where we have to fight the thing.
Okay, I want to use suggestion after
It's
on the woman with no eyes who
Okay.
stabbed herself. I'll first use one of my bardic inspirations again. No, will I? No. Oh, I won't. I just want to use suggestion, and I will say I suggest you tell us what happened and if there's a spirit in this room. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that.
Did you say that's part of your suggestion spell?
I don't know. Apparently, it's an action. I don't know if talking is considered as an. You suggest a course of activity. Yes, I do say that as. Yeah, but yeah.
Let me just read it real fast. All right. You cast the spell, and there is a moment of silence that lingers and lingers and lingers.
Well, I might have a trick for this.
Okay.
I'm going to basically attempt the same, but instead of using suggestion, I'm going to use message. Mostly under the pretense that this person hasn't drank anything in 2 weeks and may not be capable of physically speaking. You can respond through a message, so maybe that'll work.
Yeah.
So just very much the same. Could you tell us what happened? Or at least try and explain.
You hear nothing back.
Okay.
Living statue.
Okay. But did she? So she just stayed there. She did absolutely nothing when she was under suggestion, assuming that it worked, of course.
That is correct.
Okay.
Is the kid within 100 feet of us right now?
The one that's in
Yes.
bed?
Mm-hmm.
Roughly, yeah.
Well, I guess if there is stone in the way, we are in a basement. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything. I'll try to cast message on the kid and try the same from here.
Okay. It fails because you're casting through more than 1 foot of stone.
Okay, that's what I thought. Maybe we would have a better shot with the kid rather than her.
Yeah, maybe. Let's go check it out.
All right, fast forward.
Yeah.
You're upstairs.
Okay.
You try casting message on the kid, and you do get you do get murmuring from him back. It seems to be like haunted murmurs of someone who's trapped in a dream.
Man, I had this big brain idea I was going to comprehend languages and then message him and understand him, and nah, he's crazy.
I mean, he's trapped in great. Let's think. What can I do about someone being trapped in a freaking dream?
Well, if last time was any dictation, nothing. We're gonna spend 2 months standing here with this kid.
Still say we should find a cleric.
Sure, but if the cleric doesn't understand or won't work with us, it's a waste of time.
Wait, he's trapped. So he's just not there. Is he like?
The spearman, when you speak of cleric, just says, we all ask you to please not tell anybody about any of this.
I have
Well,
no intentions.
I have a question for the DM, I guess, or maybe Amelia would know. So his state, is it kind of like being charmed or frightened? Oh, I assume it's not frightened, but is it?
That's
kind of like
very
being charmed?
gamey mechanics.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
neither one nor the other.
Okay, well then I'm gonna try and use calm emotions and try to suppress his nightmare state or whatever. And I will also use what's it called? Freaking my bardic dice to because he has to make a charisma saving throw. Yes, he has to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
And what I hope to
Yikes.
achieve is to suppress. I can suppress either a charmed state or a frightened state, and then hopefully he'll return to normal for the amount of time that calm emotions is working, up to a minute.
So you cast Calm Emotions, and the spell takes effect. His breathing seems to calm down. He seems to be murmuring less or less frequently.
I'll take
And
another
then,
attempt.
and then something loops back, and you feel something hitting at your cognition. Give me a charisma save.
Here's my saving throw.
Quick question: when I cast that Fair Fire,
Yes.
my bardic inspiration have done anything to help pass that
No.
check? No.
Hmm.
It was just an automatic success on their end. If there is something in that room,
Mm,
good to know.
if there had been, it was not an automatic success.
Fair
And
enough.
if there wasn't, then there wasn't anything. So
Yeah. Okay.
I rolled a 24. I'm rolling so high today.
24. Okay. Then you see visions of an endless sea on which you are at the center. No land on either side. There is no source of light that you can see. It's all this faded yellow everywhere, except for the water itself that perfectly reflects what is in front of it. And there is this woman with long blonde hair, like very tall, spindly, almost twice as tall as you. She sort of like cranes her head at you, and suddenly she gets closer. You see her eyes gouged out, and then you just fall back to your own reality for a moment. It feels like it was coming at you, and then you just shook it off just before it got to you.
So I just had a vision, and apparently I saw an endless sea and faded yellow everywhere.
Well,
And I'll
there,
just
you don't have
describe
to
everything.
repeat
I'll just describe everything. But yes, does this say anything to any of you?
Did
I mean,
the woman you saw, did it match the description of the chick locked in the basement?
wait, does it? I don't even. Did we even describe her looks? I don't think
Oh,
so.
yeah,
No, I
I
don't
don't-
think so.
The woman down there had brown hair. This one has
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Blonde hair, okay.
and was freakishly tall.
So different entity thing.
I missed a
So
small thing, I think. Did you say faded yellow everywhere?
yes.
Maybe looking a bit
Oh.
like our, end times we just
Oh.
experienced?
Yeah.
So. Wow. Okay. Another fun effect. I really need to rob Pyron, guys. I really, really need to rob Pyron.
Cool. Sounds like fun. What are we stealing?
I would love to have some Moonstone on hand for obvious reasons.
Don't you have some?
No.
What happened to the stone I gave you?
Gone when I woke up. I let a
Right.
friend see it, and it wasn't there when I woke up.
Gotcha. Cool. Well,
I want to take out the vial of I can't even call it that anymore. I want to take out the vial of not Cantor's remains.
I mean, to your knowledge, it is.
Yeah, sure.
You don't know
But
that
out
he's
of
alive or
character,
not.
what the fuck? So I want to take out the bit of crawl that I've had in that vial and take a look at it, just see if it's starting to grow again.
Yeah, I mean, it's never stopped growing. At this point, the whole vial is covered in it's completely opaque. You can't see through it, and yeah, you figure by the time it starts showing cracks, it's time to worry about it.
Yeah. And obviously, I guess in character, if this thing starts busting, I'm not keeping it on me. Obviously, I don't think keeping it around would be a good idea. I want to try and hold it next to the kid as we stand here and just see if it reacts in any way to him. The way that it reacted to the moonstone.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah, you put it next to him. Doesn't seem to react.
Well, that's a good thing. So you saw a thing charging you, and then you came out of the vision, right?
Yes.
What if we purposefully try to get in?
The spearman just says, "Yeah, I've seen it too. I told you I've seen it."
How exactly do you suppose we go back in?
Well, what you just did seemed to get you connected. What if we keep doing it until this thing is forced to show itself?
Well, there's another
You want
way.
me to go back in there?
If not you, then me, yes.
Why don't we do the whole dream thing again?
That's going to be much more demanding than we can manage. Remember, I had to drain a city to get us there. I don't have another magical source like that. Not nearby, anyway. I'd have to ask the old man.
Well, I'd just like you to know that as much as, I seem like I have an infinite source of magic, it runs out at some point. I become exhausted, and I'll need to rest.
Okay, so we do it a few times over a few days. Draw this thing out and then kill it.
Fine.
Or we could just go
Fine.
find the painting.
Also an
Well-
option. I'm just trying to help these people before we go.
You know what? Let's find out what happens if I do it again. And I will sadly cast Calm Emotions yet again.
Sadly.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
roll
I
charisma save.
become again 23, you can't make this up.
Okay.
Okay.
Then the same vision happens again
I just see the same thing.
to a T.
Again?
Hmm?
Do you want me to go again, Cyrus?
Why not?
Okay. I can use a third level spell slot on a second level spell, I assume. So again, here we go.
Okay, roll a charisma save.
My
I got
charisma's
us
too
to
high, guys.
today.
24. Like,
Gee.
The exact same vision happens again.
okay. I'm just gonna go again. Last spell slot.
Burning them all, baby.
13.
And this is where you die.
Right.
All right. The exact same vision happens again. However,
Okay.
at the end, it grabs onto you and peers through your eyes. Okay, wait, that's wow.
No, don't give me the wow.
As it looks through your eyes, you feel intense pain, like hot coals being driven through your eyes. The rest of you see Amelia starts to bleed from her eyes heavily, like it just starts pouring down. And she drops like a sack of potatoes as she takes 32 points of psychic damage.
You're dead.
Oh. Well, there goes.
Wait, wait,
And
what
I feel
happens
like-
if I go from?
I feel
what?
like that's a good moment to end the session.
I think you're right.
Wait.
No, no. You just died.
That's it.
That's it.
Wait,
Roll a new character.
Wait. So
I don't
if I have
think
full
you die.
HP
No.
and I take like more
That's
damage
pretty
in
close. You need to take,
have to
if
go
you're
to-
at full HP, what is your HP? 26,
27,
27, then you would need to take 54 damage to die
To die, yeah.
instantly, I
You're-
believe.
yeah.
and I got what?
You took 32, so you're like 25 short.
Yeah.
So you're not dead.
Oh, so I'm alive.
You're not technically you're not dead yet, but might as well be.
Man, I got some apologizing to do next session.
Because,
Ooh.
I can't heal anybody, and I don't know that Cyrus can heal anybody.
You doubt my powers. I'm a wizard.
I think you do said
Well.
you do have some healing ability, don't you?
I have no healing
That's
at
what I
all.
Yep. So you're kind of fucked. There.
Yeah, no sauce at all. I don't even think I have
Just
Make
like-
the
motion.
death saves right
I
now.
don't have, I don't have a
Dude
potion
is
either.
like, oh wow, I'm saving. Great, I'll just continue to try until I fail. Why?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
sure.
don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no healing potion whatsoever to help you.
Nothing.
You're dead.
No. These people
We're
are
gonna
gonna
give you
save
this
me.
whiskey
These
and you're
people are gonna
snap
save me.
awake.
These people will save me. They have potions.
I hope.
You better
I
hope so.
sincerely
We'll
hope.
find out next week.
Find out next time. On
Can I
Critting
just make the
After
death
Dark.
saves now so I know what to, like if I can even
No,
play next
we're
week?
gonna let you. We're gonna let you
No,
think
no.
about your consequences for the entire week.